dear students, after taking a recap of what we have done in class 8 about algebraic expression, understanding what are polynomials, now we are in a position to answer the questions given in our NCERT textbook. The first example that we are going to solve is on page 30 in your NCERT textbook. What it is saying is, find the degree of each of the following polynomials. Now, what do we remember? What is the degree of the polynomial? For degree of a polynomial, we had said that whatever variables are there, out of those, for each and every term, in each and every term, the highest power to which the variables are raised, put together in that term, will be termed as the degree. So let us see, in the first case, we have three terms, 1, 2, 3. Out of these three terms, the first term is having the highest power, that is 5. Right? So what we can write? We can write because the highest power of variable x is 5. So degree of px equals 5. Degree of px in this case is equivalent to 5. Why it is 5? Because the highest power of the variable x is 5 over here. In the second part, the variable is not x, it is y. It is y. No problem. How many terms? 4 terms. The first term, independent of y, here the power of y will be 0. The second term is y square having power 2. Third term is having power 3. And the fourth term is having power 8. Right? So what will be the degree? Obviously 8. Here again we can write the statement, but we can write it directly also. Degree of py, this time it is a polynomial in y, is 8. We can write the complete statement because the highest power of the variable y is 8. So the degree of py is 8. What about the third part? What about the third part? No variable. No variable. तो क्या degree नहीं है? Degree है. Degree है. It is there. Can we write this 2s 2 into x raised power 0? Anything raised power 0 is 1. Anything raised power 0 is 1. So here, can we say this polynomial is to a polynomial first of all? Yes, it is a polynomial. And can we say that degree of px is 0? Why the degree is 0? Because here whatever variable is there, x, y or z, it is being raised to the power 0. Right? So we can say in this case the degree of px is 0. So 2, any constant number is a polynomial of degree 0. Any constant number is a polynomial of degree 0. Next students, we have exercise 2.1 at page 32 in your NCERT textbook. What is the first question? The first question is checking our knowledge about the definition of polynomial, as well as it is checking our understanding about one variable, two variable and more variables. So what is the question? Which of the following expressions are polynomials? In one variable, they should be polynomials, but they should be in one variable. And which are not, that also we have to tell. And we have to give reasons for our answer. So the first part is 4x square minus 3x plus 7. What is the definition of a polynomial? Just recollect. If all the powers of the variables are whole numbers. If the powers to which the variables are raised are whole numbers. So let us see in the first term, the power is 2, it is a whole number. In the second term, the power to the x is 1, which is again a whole number. In the third term, 7, which is independent of x, is actually having x raised to the power 0, which is again a whole number. Right? So, is it a polynomial? Yes. Is it in one variable? Is there only one variable x? Yes, it is. So, what we can say? Yes, it is a polynomial because all powers of variables are whole numbers and since only one variable x is there, hence it is a polynomial in one variable. So it is a polynomial in one variable only. It satisfies the requirement of the question. Second part, let us see what it is. It is y square plus root 2. Now for a for a polynomial, we had defined that the variable should have a whole number power. We never said anything for the constants. The constants can be any real numbers. So here, where is the variable? Y. The power is 2. It is a whole number. Root 2. 2 is having power 1 by 2, but it is not a variable. It is a constant. Right? And since there is only one variable y, we can say yes, it is a polynomial in one variable. This time we can say it directly. Yes, it is a polynomial in one variable because the variable y has whole number powers and there is no other variable that also you may mention, right? It is a polynomial in a single variable. The third part of this question, students, is 3 under root t plus t under root 2. Now what we understand about root, the square root, can we write in the terms of powers as 3t raised to power 1 upon 2 plus t multiplied 2 raised to power 1 by 2. Now let us check it on the basis of the definition of polynomials. How many variables are there? There is only single variable t. What are the powers of the variables? In the second term the power is 1, but in the first term the power is 1 upon 2. Is this power a whole number? No, it is not a whole number. So will it be a polynomial? It is in single variable, but will it be a polynomial? No, it is not a polynomial. No, it is not a polynomial. We have to give the reason. We have to give the reason because one term is not having whole number power of variable. One of the terms t raised power 1 by 2 is not having a whole number power of the variable. So it is not a polynomial in a single variable. Right? Clear? Let us see the second part. Can we write this equivalently as y plus 2 into y raised power minus 1? 1 upon y means y raised power minus 1. Now, is this polynomial in single variable? Yes, it is in one variable. But are all the powers of the variables whole numbers? Here the power is 1, but here it is minus 1. Right? So we'll have the same reason. No, it is not a polynomial, although it is in single variable. But no, it is not a polynomial because one term is having negative power of variable. Because the power is negative, it doesn't count in whole numbers, and therefore this expression cannot be termed as a polynomial. Let us see the last part of it. What it is saying is, the expression given is x raised power 10 plus y raised power 3 plus t raised power 50. The first thing that we see over here is the variables are 3. The variables are x, y and t. So it doesn't fit first of all in the algebraic expression for one variable. It is an algebraic expression, but is it in one variable? No, the variables are 3. Even then, let us check it for a polynomial. Are the powers to the variables whole numbers? Yeah. So, does it fit into the category of a polynomial? It fits into a category of polynomial because all the powers are whole numbers. But it doesn't fit into the category of a polynomial in a single variable, in one variable. So, what we will write? The given expression has all whole number powers of variables. So it is a polynomial. But what? The variables are different, or we may say not the same in all terms. Hence, it is not a polynomial in one variable. That is what our requirement was there. Our question required us to have a polynomial in a one variable, and it is not a polynomial in one variable. It is polynomial, okay, but it is not in one variable. Let us see question number 2 of this exercise. What it is asking us is, write the coefficient of x square in each of the given following expressions or polynomials that we'll see. The first one given to us is 2 plus x square plus x. Whose coefficient we have to take? Of x square. So let us see over here with x square, what is the number there? When nothing is there, we have the number 1. That means here we can say coefficient of x square is 1. In the next part, what do we have is 2 minus x square plus x cube. I'll write it in a little different form. 2 plus minus 1 into x square plus x cube. Can we write it like this? That means here with x square minus 1 is multiplied. So the coefficient of x square is minus 1 over here. It is minus 1. Not 1. Not 1. In the third part, can we directly say pi by 2 is multiplied with x square? So we can say over here coefficient of x square is pi by 2. Coefficient of x square is pi by 2. In fourth part, is there any term having x square? There is no term containing x square. So can we say directly the coefficient of x square in this term is 0. The coefficient of x square in this expression is 0 because there is no term containing x square. So it is 0. Alright bhai, I can write this as 0x square plus under root 2x minus 1. So the coefficient of x square should be 0. The next question, students, is question number 3. Give one example each of a binomial, means a polynomial having 2 terms, that should be of degree 35, and of a monomial, means a polynomial having only 1 term, of degree 100. So we can give so many examples. Why we can give so many examples? Because first of all, for a binomial we need 2 terms and the power of the highest degree term should be 35. Rest of that means the second term should have a degree lesser than 35. So we can say one example of a binomial of degree 35. What can we give it? Can we give it x raised to power 35 plus x raised to power 34? Is it a binomial? 2 terms are there. One term is having power 35, the other term is having power 34. All the terms are having whole number powers. We can also give the example x raised to power 35 plus 7. Let us take any coefficient with it. You can take 5. So are these both of them binomials with degree 35? Yes, they are. We have to give one more example of monomial of degree 100. A monomial of degree 100. We can simply raise x to the power 100. Is it a monomial? We can write this also as 7 upon 2 x raised to power 100. Whatever is the coefficient, coefficients may change. They may be any natural numbers, rational numbers, real numbers, irrational numbers. But the power to the variable will remain to be 100. Next, students, question number 4 is write the degree of each of the following polynomials. So in these all 4 parts, we are given one or the other polynomial and we have to simply write the degree. How do we write the degree? We see all the terms. How many terms? 3 terms. What is the power to the variable in first term? 3. In the second, 2. In the third, 1. That means, which is the highest power? The highest power is 3. And that is the degree. So can we write this as degree of px is 3? It is a polynomial in x and the order of the degree is 3. In the second part, we have the polynomial with variable y. The first term is not having any power. Power of the y is 0. But in the second one, the power is 2. So can we write there directly as degree of py is 2? Why it is 2? Because the variable y is raised to the power 2. That is the maximum power it is. The other terms are not having power equal to or more than this. Right? Third one is 5t minus square root 7. Square root 7 is a constant. Right? So it is a constant term. It is not having any degree. Its degree is 0. But of the first term, the degree is 1. Because the power to t is 1. So here we can say the degree of polynomial in t is 1. The degree of the polynomial in t is 1. Right? The fourth part, see it very carefully. Can I write this one as 3 into x raised to power 0? Is it true? Is it true? If it is true, then we can say the degree of polynomial in this case is 0. The degree of polynomial in x is 0. I am sure this last part is very clear to you. So dear students, now we have the last question of this exercise, question number 5. What we have to do is, we have to classify the polynomials as linear, quadratic or cubic. Now if you remember, we had said a polynomial with degree 1 will be linear. A polynomial in single variable with degree 2 will be quadratic. And a polynomial in single variable with degree 3 will be cubic. Right? So let us see the first one. What is the degree? First term is 2, second term is 1. So what is the degree of the polynomial? 2. So it will be quadratic. Okay? How we can write is, since degree of px is 2, so it is quadratic. So it is quadratic. What is the degree of this polynomial? 3. So we can say degree of px is 3 implies it is cubic. What is the degree of the third one? 2. So we can say over here degree of polynomial in y is 2 implies it is quadratic. What about the fourth one? The power is 1. So degree of px is 1 in this case. Degree of px is 1 implies it is linear. What is the degree of the fifth one? 1 only. So we can say degree of polynomial is in t is 1. So it is linear. Similarly, we can say over here degree of polynomial in R is 2 implies it is quadratic. And here the degree of polynomial in X is 3. So it is cubic. Is that simple? So this brings us to the end of exercise 2.1. Right? We'll be continuing with more in the further videos.